Well, the Saints have finished their preseason schedule with a record of 2-1. Tonight in the Caesars Superdome, the Houston Texans defeat the Saints 17-13. I'm Todd Graffagnini. That's Erin Summers. It is the post-game show here on Your View. Erin, again, 2-1 record. I know it was a little disappointing that the Saints weren't able to finish the job, but what were your thoughts on preseason game number 3?
Hey, it's the first winning record of the preseason since 2018 for the Saints, so that's not too shabby. And they only had 2 penalties for 15 yards today, which is a vast improvement from the previous 2 preseason games that we've seen. So that is definitely an area of improvement there as far as execution goes. Offensively, they had nearly 350 yards of offense, so they were definitely moving the ball. Some things looked very good, and we'll talk a lot more about it in the next few minutes. But first, here's head coach Dennis Allen.
Yeah, disappointed in the loss. Thought we gave ourselves plenty of opportunities. I thought we had a couple of chances in the last couple of drives that we didn't take advantage of. We lost the turnover battle really for the first time, so thought that was a big difference in the game. But yet there was, a lot of positives, particularly early in the game. I thought we did some good things. It was nice to see Jimmy had a couple of nice catches, contested catches.
Quarterback Jameis Winston started preseason game number 3 for the Saints, had another solid performance. It was 11 of 16 for 91 yards, including a touchdown. Jake Haener also played 3 quarters, Aaron, and his volume was a little bit more.
Much higher. He ended up with 172 yards. He had a 26-yard run. He was scrambling, stiff-armed somebody, so he showed his wheels a little bit in today's game as well. Towards the end of the game, though, in some pressure situations, wasn't able to make the throw, ended up with 2 interceptions.
Every opportunity you get to go get reps and go learn and see different defenses and different speeds and different things up front, I think it's a really good opportunity for me to grow and make the mistakes that, I need to make to learn. And obviously tonight didn't go our way, and I made some decisions that I wish I had back, but that's part of this game. And I'm a rookie, and I got to learn, and I got to go with the ups and the downs and, take what's there. But I'm glad that, I had a really good group up in front that was fighting for me all night, and the guys outside on, AT to Lucas to John Trey, they all did their part to try to help me tonight, and, it just didn't go our way.
Well, Aaron, to me, the story of the night was tight end Jimmy Graham. You could feel the magic come back in the Caesars Superdome. You're talking about vintage Jimmy with the back shoulder catches, 25 yards from Winston, and then the 3-yard touchdown pass in the end zone.
He made some really impressive catches, both contested catches, one to get down towards the goal and then one for the touchdown. And yes, it looked like the old Jimmy Graham. He almost dunked at the end, but he pulled back. Not allowed to do that anymore, thanks to Jimmy Graham. But it was a lot of fun to watch him back in the Superdome. The fans loved it.
It was excellent to get Jimmy Graham a touchdown. Like, I get an opportunity to throw to a living legend, got an opportunity just to learn from some things that we worked on at practice. So it was great to make it come into fruition.
Probably since the Charger practices, I started to see, some signs of the mental picture that I have of Jimmy Graham. And then again, I saw it this week in practice, and I saw it carry over into the game. So that was a positive.
As we continue on the offensive side, Aaron, big night for tight end Lucas Krull, 7 catches for 106 yards. Both those stats led the team.
Great for Krull to bounce back. He's been battling injury throughout the preseason, had a tough night against the Chargers, but really effective in tonight's game. First receiver to go over 100 yards, and, well, he's a tight end, but first player, period, for the Saints to go over 100 yards in the preseason. Good to see him having some success. Here's quarterback Jake Haener.
Yeah, no, I think Lucas does a really good job. He's been battling a little bit of aches and pains here and there, and he always comes out and is giving me his best effort. And I appreciate the work he's put in this camp and the work that we put in together this off season. And the crazy part is I've never been through around a cusp before, but some guys may be here and some may not be here. So just got to grow with the guys that you're around and appreciate the relationships you build on the way and keep learning from it.
Aaron, let's talk a little Saints defense, and it's got to start with the draft picks. Bryan Bresee and Isaiah Foskey, they had their best games as a Saint.
Your first and second round picks combining for multiple sacks on the night. Really good to see. Isaiah Foskey's taken a little bit of time to get used to play at the NFL level. Seems like he's catching up at this point. And Bryan Bresee, he's got the moves. He was showing them all night and catching a lot of people's eye.
I thought he was active in the game. I don't know what his final stats were, but I did think he was active in the game, both in against the run and with the pass rush. So I thought I saw, it looked like there was a couple of good things I saw at Isaiah Foskey also in the game. So
his confidence is growing. You could tell it's growing, going through the roof, and the more he become confident, the better his play is going to be. And you can see that from the day he had a great week of practice, man. Probably his best week of practice since he's been here. And that's just from learning the plays, getting better with the plays, getting more adjusted with the physicality of the game. You can see his confidence is going through the roof, and I like it that it's clicking for him at the right time.
Well, we've been talking about it all camp, especially on this show, Erin, that the defensive line is looking to be a position of strength now for this New Orleans Saints defense. And look, Malcolm Roach has had his best camp as a Saint. As a matter of fact, he talked about it after the game.
Roach has been talking about how he's feeling the best that he ever has. He's come in the best shape, and he's been really fast, quick, and he showed it with a strip sack to start the game out today. He has been so good throughout preseason. Really looking forward to seeing how it translates into the regular season.
Confidence just really growing, I want to say. The game's slowing down for me. I guess it should do that when you're going on 4 years in. So it's slowing down, and I'm really just out there having fun and work my tail off this offseason to get better at certain things, become more explosive so I could be more effective on the defensive line and more disruptive. So it's nice to see work, hard work pay off, but, it's a long ways to go, just the preseason. Now it's time to go to work and get started on Tennessee.
Well, Erin, we've got to talk about it. It's been a topic of conversation now for a month during training camp. It is the place kicker battle between Will Lutz and Blake Grupe. And Erin, literally going down to the final preseason game.
Will Lutz started and played the entire first half. Blake Grupe got duties in the second half of play. Lutz didn't have an opportunity to kick a field goal. He did hit one extra point. Grupe came in and he hit a 38-yard field goal, a 50-yarder, and then he missed just wide right on a 60. But yeah, it's been a pretty tense competition, and it's going to be an interesting couple of days.
My job is to come in and do what I can control, and I did that all summer. And so, I think Blake and I did a really good job pushing each other. He's here for a reason. He deserves to be here. And I think we had a lot of fun with it. So, kind of enjoy some family time over the next few days and go from there.
Or going into rookie minicamp all the way back then, I just literally treat it every day like it's your last. Never take anything for granted. Just go out there, have fun, and show what you can do. It doesn't necessarily. I've always believed in myself. So, when you go out there and just start fast and be confident in yourself and do it.
All the practices, all the games are done, and now for the next 48 hours, the Saints coaching staff has a lot of very hard decisions to make.
This preseason, there's only one cut from 90 to 53. It is a lot of players that are not going to be on this squad in the next coming days. It's tough for the players that are going to make the team to see a lot of these guys that have been around them in the locker room not there come Tuesday. The cuts will be at 3 o'clock Central Time.
Well, look, this time of year is always difficult, and probably more difficult this year, and that's a good challenge to have, a good problem to have, knowing that we've got a lot of good football players, and we'll go through this tomorrow and have some significant meetings to talk about it, and we'll pick the right 53 for this team.
The next 48 hours is going to be tough. That's just a part of this business. However, these guys, we make sure that we speak into everyone, that they know they will find a way to be resilient. It's in the Lord's hands, and that's just a part of this business that's unfortunate. However, I commend all the people that are going to make a roster, but also to the people that don't make a roster, keep your head up and keep fighting, because you're not just playing for one team. You're playing for 32 teams. 32 teams are evaluating you, and hopefully they can make a roster somewhere.
Well, Erin, the next time we'll talk to everybody here on Your View, it'll be Wednesday. We'll know what the 53-man roster is, and we'll set you up for September 10th, the home opener against the Tennessee Titans. Had a great time bringing it all to you. For Erin Summers, I'm Todd Graffagnini. We'll see you on Wednesday for the training camp wrap-up show here on Your View.